Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be unpacking a seriously fascinating concept today, the silent architecture of success. To kick things off, I want you to try a little thought experiment with me. Just picture a room. You walk in and you're meeting two totally different people for the very first time. Really visualize this, okay? Because it perfectly sets the stage for everything we're about to dive into.
So, on the left side, we've got person A. Let's call them the oversharer. Literally within 5 minutes of shaking your hand, this person tells you absolutely everything about their life. I mean, they're laying out their grand plans, airing out all their deepest fears, spilling secrets, and telling you exactly what their next big move is going to be. Now, contrast that with the right side. Look at person B, the silent listener. This person just greets you with a warm smile. They listen really carefully to what's going on around them, and they only speak when it's absolutely necessary. When you walk away from them, they completely leave you wondering who they really are. So I want to ask you directly, and think about your own real-life experiences here. Which person actually feels more powerful to you? Well, the answer is almost always the second one, right? The silent listener. And why is that? It's because the oversharer just gave away all of their leverage, while the silent person inherently created value. Research actually backs this up as one of the deepest psychological truths we have. Mystery creates value. The silent person almost always wins because they leave this intriguing blank space that your mind desperately wants to fill. Section 1. The Power of Mystery. Why the Brain Craves the Unknown.
Okay, let's dive into the underlying science of human interaction here. You see, the human brain is just naturally wired to be attracted to what it can't fully understand. But when we flip that around, there's a pretty dangerous progression that happens when you share too much. Just look at step 1. More information. When you give people an excess of information about yourself, it immediately leads to step 2. You become way easier to predict. And here's the absolute crucial point. The easier you are to predict, that leads to step 3. You become much easier to manipulate. Giving away too much info doesn't actually make you look impressive. Actually, scratch that, it really just makes you vulnerable.
This brilliantly illustrates exactly why highly successful people rarely, if ever, reveal their plans before they happen. Think about a master magician for a second. If a magician walks out onto the stage and literally explains the exact mechanics of every single trick before the show even begins, well, the magic completely disappears, right? The audience is just bored. Well, life and success work exactly the same way. Predictability completely ruins the magic. The less people know about your next move, the less they can interfere with it. And that means the more impact that move has when you finally make it.
Section 2. The Intention-Behavior Gap. The Trap of Temporary Satisfaction.
Now, the data shows this massive mistake happening all the time, especially online nowadays. People love to announce every single goal, every new business dream, or, every new gym habit before they've even taken a single step. So why on earth do we do this? Well, it's because of something called the intention-behavior gap. It's this fascinating psychological phenomenon where just talking about your goals actually tricks your brain into feeling accomplished before you've earned the actual result. You get all that applause and validation from your friends or your social media followers, and your brain actually releases the same satisfaction chemicals as if you did the hard work. But you haven't. Talking feels incredibly good, for sure, but it actively ruins your progress because it just leaves you with this fleeting, temporary satisfaction and a massive pile of unfinished work.
So the really crucial point here is understanding this exact contrast. On the left, we've got visible talk. This is that trap of premature validation we just talked about. You post your dreams, you get that quick hit of temporary satisfaction, but you end up with unfinished work. Now on the right side, we have invisible progress. Research highlights this as the quiet, steady discipline of those who actually succeed. They stay quiet. They do the really gritty, tough work entirely unseen. They aren't out there looking for likes or comments. They are undeniably earning their results in the dark, when absolutely nobody is watching.
And what do you think happens when those people who operate with invisible progress finally reveal their results? Well, the crowd looks at them and inevitably slaps on the label of an overnight success. But as we know from our explainer today, that label is a total myth. The success was literally never overnight. It was simply invisible. They were quietly building their architecture, making absolutely sure that the foundation was rock solid before they ever invited anyone else to come see the house. Section 3. Protecting your progress. The architecture of silence. Silence isn't just about trying to be all mysterious. Silence actually acts as a vital shield. It protects your progress, it protects your focus, and maybe most importantly, it protects your peace. Now look, this doesn't mean you need to become totally paranoid and never trust a soul again. But you do have to realize that there are basically 3 distinct types of people in your circle. First, you have the people who genuinely support your dreams.
Second, you have those who subtly compete with your dreams. And third, well, those who quietly hope you fail. The hard truth here, you can't always tell the difference between these three categories until it's way too late. So the most logical step is just realizing that not everyone deserves access to your future before it's finished.
Let's look at how all of this builds into a really actionable roadmap for you today. True strategic advantage isn't about speaking less just because you're afraid of what people might think. It's about speaking less because you deeply, truly understand the immense value of timing. So if you're working towards something important right now, please don't rush to announce it. Just follow these steps. Step 1, build it. Step 2, protect it with your silence. And step 3, finish it. Only then should you let your results introduce you to the rest of the world.
Because at the end of the day, people might easily ignore your words, but they will never, ever be able to ignore your undeniable success. So, I want to leave you with this final, really powerful takeaway from our explainer today, and a question for you to ponder. Move in silence, let success make the noise. Ask yourself right now, what is the absolute most important thing you are building today? And are you willing to stop talking about it so you can actually finish it? Thanks so much for joining me. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.